I saw you through the evening light, under trees that whisper slow hellos. The sky was soft like something new, and the breeze carried a name I didn't know. You didn't speak, but your eyes found mine, and suddenly the world slowed down. The air of that first day still lingers on my skin. It smelled like autumn, warm and shy, like something waiting to begin. I didn't know your name, but my heart already did. In the quiet light of evening, you felt like something I miss. You laughed and the leaves began to sway, like they knew the moment would stay. I didn't mean to smile that wide, but something bloomed I couldn't hide. You reached for nothing, just the air, but somehow I was standing there. The air of that first day still breathes inside of me, a gentle wind that wakes my heart like waves across the silent sea. You didn't say a word, but everything was clear, that something soft and beautiful had quietly started here. Maybe love is made of light and walks that never say too much. A glance, a step, a breath between that lingers long and waits as such. The air of that first day still wraps around my mind, with golden dust and fragile skies and a warmth I still can't find. If I could live one moment twice, it would be when you looked my way and time forgot to move it all in. The air of that first day. The air of that first day. You looked at me with starlight in your eyes, but your smile was already saying goodbye. The waves kept whispering words I couldn't hold, like echoes fading in the tide. You said love doesn't always mean forever, and let go of my hand like a slow falling feather. The last thing you said still rings in the breeze, like a ghost in the wind, like a tear in the sea. You said you'd ember, but some stars are meant to fall. I watched you walk away under the quietest sky of all. Your voice lingers where silence used to stay. It wraps around the night like waves of gray. I held on to every word you left, as if they keep me from drifting away. You said we were beautiful, but not meant to be. And disappeared into the wind so easily. The last thing you said still rings in the breeze, like a ghost in the wind, like a tear in the sea. You said you'd remember some stars are meant to fall. I watched you walk away under the quietest sky of all. Still floats on the tide. I whisper it softly to the stars every night. You said you'd remember, maybe you do, but I'm just a wave that broke too soon. I didn't know your name or where you'd been, but something in me leaned towards you then, like a quiet song I'd always known. You felt like coming home. It wasn't something I could see, but something deep inside of me. My heart knew first before I spoke a word. It skipped ahead in time as if it had already heard. The way you laughed, the way you'd stay in every corner of my days. I didn't know what this would be, but my heart knew quietly. You smiled like you had nothing to hide, but your eyes held oceans you kept inside. And though we barely said a thing, it felt like I could feel everything. We were strangers in the light, but something in me felt so right. My heart knew first before I had the chance to weigh the risk, to second guess or question circumstance. I only heard a silent pull like gravity without a sound. I didn't plan for this to start, but my heart, it knew you from the start. Sometimes the truth arrives too soon before we find the words to use. But even if we drift or fade, that first feeling always stays. My heart knew first, even when I looked away. It waited in the quiet for my fears to fall away. You didn't ask, you didn't try, but you were written in my sky. I didn't know what this would be, but my heart, it knew completely. I I still remember the warmth on my skin. The sun was soft like it knew where we'd been. Your jacket hung loose on your frame, and everything felt too quiet to name. You didn't say forever, but somehow it felt that way. The temperature of that day still lingers in my chest, like a whisper caught in sunlight, or a memory that won't rest. It wasn't cold, it wasn't loud, but it wrapped around like grace, and I still carry it with me, the warmth of that quiet place. I walk the same road when autumn arrives, where your shadow once danced in the fading light. The wind feels familiar, but not the same, just enough to softly call your name. We never said what we really meant, but every silence was heaven sent. The temperature of that day still lies beneath my skin, like a breath I never let go, or a song that plays within. You didn't promise, didn't stay, but you left a gentle trace, and I still hold it close to me, the warmth of that quiet place. Ooh. Time moves on, the colors change, but that 1 hour still remains a season sealed inside my chest, a goodbye wrapped in tenderness. The temperature of that day still lingers like a sigh, like light that touches falling leaves, then disappears into the sky. You didn't look back, but I did, to freeze that sacred space, and I still live in echoes of the warmth of that quiet place. The street was quiet, the sky was slow. I didn't think I'd feel anything at all, but then your voice brushed past my skin, and something gentle pulled me in. I wasn't ready for the spark, but it found me in the dark. A night that started with a tremble, a glance that didn't let me go. It wasn't thunder, wasn't loud, just a silence I suddenly know. You didn't have to say a word, I felt it anyway. A night that started with a tremble and hasn't gone away. We walked without knowing where, your footsteps barely touched the air. I laughed too quietly to be heard, but you smiled like you understood every word. There was no plan, no perfect line, just a rhythm your hand found in mine. A night that started with a tremble, like wind that moved the leaves. A simple pause, a quiet beat that changed what I believed. slipped away. Maybe it was nothing, or maybe it was more, but something small became the start of something I can't ignore. A night that started with a tremble still echoes in my chest, like a song I never learned, but somehow know the rest. You didn't have to hold me close, you were already near. A night that started with a tremble is still whispering here.
Leaves fall like whispers on avenues of gold. Coffee steam rising from stories left untold. Wool coats and morning light, taxi horns in the haze. Your shadow walks beside me through Central Park's maze. I breathe you in like the city air. Every corner, you're still there. Autumn in New York, I see your face in every window. Every quiet place, golden hours, fading skies. You're the reason this heart sighs. Though you're gone, the season speaks of all we were in whispered peaks. Cafe on 7th and 3rd, your laugh still lingers there. The pages of my notebook still echo how you care. I chase the breeze like chasing time. Your memory written in every rhyme. Autumn in New York, I see your face in every window. Every quiet place, golden hours, fading skies. You're the reason this heart sighs. Though you're gone, the season speaks of all we were in whispered peace. Streetlights blinking through my tears. You love me more in these golden years, and I still hear you call with every leaf that dares to fall. Autumn in New York, I hold you near in every sunset that draws you here. Golden hours, endless skies, your echo in the city sighs. Though we're lost in time's retreat, this autumn makes our love repeat. Autumn in New York, you still walk these streets in the fall with me.
Leaves are dancing down the lane, footsteps echo soft like rain. Laughter skipping through the air. Golden light is everywhere. You tied your laces, looked at me, the way you smiled so easily. We ran past trees and colored flames, two shadows chasing through our names. And in that breath between the beats, I felt your soul run next to me. Running into fall with you, hands in the wind, hearts brand new. Every step a memory made, and crunching leaves and skies that fade. Time was slow but love was fast. Running with you, I hoped it'd last. Cafe window caught our face, reflections wrapped in warm embrace. Breath on glass and quiet cheer, pumpkin lattes, you were near. Your laugh still lingers on my skin, like the breeze that pulls me in. Running into fall with you, hands in the wind, hearts brand new. Every step a memory made, and crunching leaves and skies that fade. Time was slow but love was fast. Running with you, I hoped it'd last. We didn't race, we didn't chase, we just let the moment pace. With every stride, with every sigh, we found love beneath the sky. Running into fall with you, side by side in every hue. Golden streets, the world stood still, wrapped inside October's thrill. Time was slow but love ran deep. You're the autumn I still keep. I saw you standing there, heart skipping like a beat. Smile like summer and swept me off my feet. Didn't know your name, but I knew the way it felt, like a story that our hearts already spelled. Butterflies and late night calls, sneaking glances down the hall. Every laugh, every touch made me realize so much. This is the first time feeling like the world is finally real. You held my hand and suddenly I knew what hearts could feel. No fireworks, no big parade, just a spark that softly stayed. You're the first love I believed in, my first time feeling. We danced beneath the sky with no music but our song. Fumbled words and silly jokes where nothing could go wrong. You looked at me like I was all you'd ever need, and I held on, afraid to ever leave. Every moment etched in gold, a tender story still unfold. Even now when I read was brave and always there. If I could go back to that day, I'd choose you all the same. This is the first time feeling it still echoes in my chest. You may not be beside me, but you were my very best. No promises we had to keep, just a love that ran so deep. You're the first love I believed in, my first time feeling. You left with the wind, but you stayed in my chest, like a star that falls slow but never forgets. The sky turned pale when you walked away, but your echo still dances inside the bay. You said don't wait for me, just breathe. But how can I when you're inside of me? You're still inside of me, like the sea holds the sky, like the moonlight on water that never says goodbye. Even as I smile, the ache remains unseen, no matter how far you go. You're still inside of me. I walk the shore with bare, quiet feet, your name in the air. The wind repeats, memories blur like twilight rain, but your shadow still hums in every refrain. You said we were a moment not meant to stay, but some moments burn brighter as they fade away. You're still inside of me, like the sea holds the sky, like the moonlight on water that never says goodbye. Even as I smile, the ache remains unseen, no matter how far you go. You're still inside of me. Inside of me, inside of me, you never let, like the tide, you rise and rest. You're still inside of me, like breath I cannot release, like a song I hum alone that no one else can see. You're the silence in my night, the calm I never flee. I let you go out loud. You stay inside of me. From the moment I saw your face, time just slowed down in that place. Not a single word was said, but your smile stayed in my head.
I didn't know what love could do
until that quiet glance from you. No sound, just something in the air, a silent spark we seem to share. When I saw you smile, my world turned bright, like the stars lit up the night.
No need for words, just you and me.
In that moment I felt free. You said it all without a sound, and turned my silence upside down.
Now every day I see your light, even when you're out of sight. You're the echo in my mind, the gentle voice I always find.
You never tried to win my heart, but somehow knew just where to start. With nothing more than just a glance, you gave my soul a second chance. When I saw you smile, my fears were gone, like the dark before the dawn. No need for words, just you and me. Your presence set my spirit free. You said it all without a sound, and turned my silence upside down.
What if I had missed that day, walked a different way? I'd never know this love so true that all began when I saw you.
When I saw you smile, the world stood still. Every heartbeat, every thrill. No need for words, just you and me. That smile became my destiny. You said it all without a sound, and turned my silence upside down. You came to me like morning light, before the spring could find its flight. A quiet breeze, a gentle sign. My heart was yours before we knew the time. No flowers bloom, no skies turn blue, but everything felt fresh and new, like something sweet was in the air. You showed up and love was there. This feeling came before the leaves could turn, before the winds began to learn. It wasn't time, but still I knew the season changed the day I met you. With every glance my heart took flight. You brought me warmth before the light. Your smile felt like the sun's first ray on winter's end. It found its way. No calendar could trace your touch, but in that moment it was all too much. You didn't speak, but I could hear a melody so soft and clear. You moved like time had slipped away and made tomorrow feel like yesterday. This feeling came before the snow had gone, before the world could move along. You rushed right in ahead of time, like poetry that didn't rhyme, but still it made the meaning true. I felt the spring when I found you. Before the birds began to sing, before the thought, before the by the bench where we used to sit. The wind still whispers where your shadow fits. Your coffee cup's not on the rail, but the sunlight falls just like a tale. It's been a while, but nothing's changed. The breeze still carries your name. Even the sky feels just the same. Holding on to what we became. This is the place we used to meet, where time would slow beneath our feet, where laughter bloomed in quiet air, and every glance said I'll be there. Now I just sit and let it be, in the place you once met me. The cracks in the sidewalk still know our steps. Each echo feels like something's left. The waves remember every sound of hearts that beat without a doubt. I trace the moments we once knew, as if the street still holds us too. Even in silence I can hear the way you smiled when you were near. This is the place we used to meet, where dreams would dance in summer heat, where promises hung in the breeze and time would freeze so we could breathe. Now I just sit and let it be, in the place you once met me. Maybe you're walking somewhere new, with skies of gray or skies of blue. But if you ever turn around, I'm still right here on this old ground. This is the place we used to meet, where past and present softly greet, where memories don't say goodbye, they simply live beneath the sky. And I still sit and let it be, in the place you once met me. I watched you walk into the light, like morning mist that fades from sight. You never knew I stayed so near, one step behind, year after year. I held my breath through every smile, letting silence speak all the while. You reached for dreams I couldn't touch, still I loved you just as much. One step behind, I walked your way through quiet nights and endless days. No spotlight, no name to call, just a shadow that catches you fall. You never turned, but still I stayed, one step behind, where love remained. You chased the stars across the sea, while I became the waves beneath. Your laughter echoed through the air, but I was just a whisper there. I memorized your every move, each silent moment I approved. I let you shine, I stayed on to love you from a hidden place. One step behind where stories fade, where unsaid words and hearts are laid. No song for me, no grand parade, but love that time could never trade.